thoughtful ideas and suggestions for guests and topics.
Great events, programs, and packages.
All the countries and listen to
Welcome to this week's segment of Dialogue Houston. I'm your host, Lawrence Payne. To our regular viewing audience, welcome. To those joining us perhaps for the first time here for HCC's TV Dialogue Houston, we're here now every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 a.m. and again at 6 p.m., Saturday afternoons at 3 p.m. As always, in the top of the hour, let me thank you for your thoughtful calls, emails, and text messages concerning previous shows that we've aired here on HCC's Dialogue Houston, because after all, this is your community affairs, public affairs show. I want to thank you also for your great ideas for guest topics and subjects to be covered on upcoming segments of Dialogue Houston, proudly starting its 26th season, thanks to you. And this year, 2020, the visioning year, we have a lot of great guests and topics to be covered to really talk about Houston going forward into the future. And what does that look like? How do we begin to think about a 10-year, 16-year window for Houston going forward? And so we're going to use this year of 2020 and play off the wonderful 2020 thing to do a lot of visioning and talking about how we envision that future. And what is your number one aspirational goal for Houston in the future? There's a second part of that question. And how would you be acting and behaving today if you really want to see that happen? Because that's really what it's all about. We have a great show planned for you today. We're going to start off with our wonderful friends from you gotta love this. Every year at this time, there's something magical that happens. It's been happening for 103 years, and that is the Girl Scouts cookie sales. This year, the Girl Scouts of San Jacinto Council is really upping the game, because now you'll be able to purchase the cookies at the same time you order them, or order them and have them right there in front of you delivered. None of this delayed date for how many weeks later when they show up. They're going to be there now. So all of you who have told me over the years, going back to the time when I was on the wonderful Girl Scouts board of directors, the problem with the cookie sale thing, and by the time I get them, and for those who follow different traditions based upon your denominational preference, Lent has started. I give up sweets and cookies for Lent. So now I got to wait and eat them after Lent, keep them in the refrigerator or freeze them, and then have them. Guess what? Now you'll have 4 weeks before Lent starts, all of February, to eat your Girl Scout cookies. Joining me to talk about this wonderful movement that happens every year this time in Houston, Texas, is none other than Joe Blackburn, who's the product sales department coordinator for the Girl Scouts Council. Welcome, Joe.
Thank you.
Thank you
for having us.
Thank you for being here. Did I get all that right?
You got all of that right.
This is a phenomenal year.
This is a phenomenal year.
We're changing.
Yes.
And change is a good thing. In this
Change
case,
is a good thing.
So tell us about this, because this is going to be great to be able, by the way, in case you didn't see in front of me, they're all here.
All 8 varieties.
All 8 varieties, your favorite flavor. I have to stop for a moment and just go over here, because these things are addicting. I'm sorry. That's my favorite. Anyway.
They are. So this year we've changed from having the girls go take orders to them having cookies in hand. So as of tomorrow, really most of the troops will have their cookies, and February 1st the girls will hit the streets.
So this weekend we'll be out in front of everybody's stores.
They won't be in front of stores.
Okay.
That won't happen until Valentine's Day.
Oh, I even like that.
Yes. Now, we won't be at all of our community
okay.
partners on Valentine's Day.
But feel the love.
Yeah, because they've got their own stuff that they're trying to sell. So we are very conscious of that.
Y'all making it even more difficult.
So February 15th, we'll be out in front of all of the partners.
Yeah, but y'all making it more difficult. It's hard enough to turn down this wonderful angelic face of these wonderful girls. Now on Valentine's Day, you can't turn them down. You have to just go ahead and buy dozens and dozens and be done with it.
And if you don't want to consume the cookies, we've got a deal for you.
Oh, here we go.
We have a program called Cookies for Heroes.
Oh yeah, I like this, yeah.
Yeah, it supports our first responders, the military, all kinds of different people. and you can purchase a package of cookies. They'll be virtual to you because you won't be consuming them, but the Girl Scouts will see to it that it gets where it needs to go.
Donate the funds and goes to that.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Also going to save a lot of people's waistline.
Going to save a lot of people's waistlines.
I can virtually have the joy of purchasing the cookies without
the guilt of all the calories.
And the pleasure that goes with that.
That's true.
Well, good. So 103 years.
103 years of selling Girl Scout cookies.
And this council sells a lot of cookies.
We do sell a lot of cookies. So we cover 26 counties in Southeast Texas. And so we sell a lot of cookies.
And the thing about the cookie sales, which I really love, and over the years we've emphasized this more, the skills that the young ladies learn. It is really and the ones who really get deep into it, it's like running a little business for that period.
It absolutely is. So I was on a show with a young lady named Peyton, who was giving her pitch. And the pitch sounds just like what you would expect for someone in marketing or sales to be thinking to themselves, and she's in 6th grade.
Wow, I love it. I love it.
So.
Yeah, the entrepreneur spirit that comes out and the competitive spirit that comes out, because I know some of them compete against each other, who's going to sell the most. And there are prizes for selling the most.
There are rewards and prizes. And more than anything, the girls earn money so that they can fund their own activities.
Right.
So when a girl doesn't have to go home and ask her parents for money, that is a big feeling for a little girl.
So the lunch starts February 1st. The boot sales in front of the stores, et cetera, it's Valentine's Day. And you can always go on the website also and order them. So they're everywhere. But this year, I think from what you've been saying, we're really kind of beefing it up a little bit.
We are. So with the girls having the cookies, that means that they can spend more time talking to people about Girl Scouts and less time going back to people's houses and trying to deliver those cookies.
Delivery gets to be rough.
Delivery can get to be rough, especially on girls and parents. So
I'm an old paper boy. Delivering the papers was the easy part. Collecting and having to go back multiple times to the same home to catch people to pay. Now, they always paid if I caught them, but catching them is another thing. And you can't leave the cookies on the doorsteps because ants don't cookies.
You can't leave the cookies on the doorstep, even if the customer's offered to already pay for them. Speaking of paying, though, we're in our 3rd year of a credit card pilot. Not all girls will be accepting credit cards, but a lot of your girls, it's actually, they don't even have to swipe it. They just have to point their phone at your card. It does not take a picture, and it sends it right on through.
We're going to sell more cookies that way.
Probably so. And people will be happier. Honestly, I don't know about you, but I don't carry around cash.
No. And you buy more with a credit card. Let's be clear. Because cash, you got to sometimes don't carry cash, only got a little bit. So we're entering a new phase of Girl Scout cookies. And I love, by the way, the recipes that the chefs came up with this year at that contest to talk about how you can incorporate Girl Scout cookies in almost any dish. Just you're limited only by your creativity and thought, because there was some fascinating stuff, I thought. I didn't get to attend this year. I have in the years past, but it's always a fun event. All right, let's turn our attention for the little time we have left here to camping.
Okay.
Because believe it or not, it's getting close time to start registering for summer camp already.
It actually is. The camp catalog goes live on January 31st. So that's just in a couple of days. And people will be able to start registering their daughters for camp starting February 3rd.
And tell us a little bit about camp.
Okay, so something that's fairly new is parents will get a camp bag for their daughter. Makes it great when they're trying to carry things around camp. We have new sessions for all different levels of Girl Scouts. So Girl Scouts is kindergarten through 12th grade. We have new sessions for every girl. We have beautiful camps where we have...
Oh, I love it.
Yes, we do. We have beautiful camps.
They really do. You have to see them to believe some of them. They really are.
Yes. So, and things that girls want to do, we have everything from STEM activities to just kicking back and having fun, horseback riding, sailing, you name it. The Girl Scouts probably has it.
That's true, a little bit of everything. And there are scholarships available.
There are scholarships available, so there's a form that when you are filling out your camp application, you can fill out an application for a scholarship.
Okay. So let's recap real quick. Girl Scouts cookies will be available starting tomorrow.
Yes.
They'll be in mass
Well,
around.
starting the 1st.
Oh, the 1st of
Saturday.
Saturday
Sorry.
the 1st, February 1st. They'll be in mass around the city in front of stores on Valentine's Day, the 14th.
Mm-hmm.
You can go online and get them online at www.wherearethecookies.com. Wherearethecookies.com.
Right.
And the registration begins on February, well, you said 31st. For summer camp registration starts the 3rd. The website is live on the 31st.
So, yep, you'll be able to see all the different things and then sign up for them starting February
And
3rd.
if you have any questions, just find Joe. Her information is on the screen, Joe Blackburn, the product sales department coordinator, who I might mention because this is important to the backbone of Girl Scouts. He's a volunteer also,
Absolutely.
as we all are and were when we were involved. And still, I always tell Mary Vitek this, once involved with the Girl Scouts, you're always involved with the Girl Scouts.
You are.
You never it never quite gets out of your system.
No, because it's an important thing.
Yeah, it
we're,
is.
We're raising the next generation of women who are going to lead us forward.
Amen to that. And I just want to mention, because I've said this before, but I think it's very important, even more so now in Houston's changing face and demographics where we're going, living in Steve Kleinberg's Houston. Those of you understand that. We've talked about it enough on this show. Go to the Girl Scouts website. They're the only nonprofit in this city that has on their website a pluralism statement. That pluralism statement has been there for years now, many years from now. It is not diversity, it is pluralism. Pluralism is the next stage after diversity. Pluralism is this deeper dive. The simple definition we used back then still applies today. In diversity, we still count how many of each kind. How many of this person, this gender, this race. Under the banner of pluralism, the human being counts just because they're a human being.
Absolutely. And all volunteers with Girl Scouts accept that pluralism statement.
Gotcha. Joe, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
We look forward to you consuming wonderful quantities of Girl Scout cookies this season. You can now do it virtually, or you can do it in real. Then Lent's coming, you can give it up and lose some weight and fast. But this is a great thing. You know what it supports. You know it supports Girl Scouting and their efforts to do all the work they do. And so we look forward to you being part of the movement this year, as we have for 103 years. And please make sure that you avail yourselves of it. We're going to take a small pause and break. When we come back, we're going to be joined to talk about HCC's Black History Month Gala. You don't want to miss it this year. Please stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Meet Travion. His mom went to Houston Community College, so choosing that was easy. Choosing what to study from more than 100 instructional fields? Not so much. HCC, for everyone, anytime.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
HCC's online college is officially open. This not only means online classes, but also online degrees and certificates. You can now credential up anytime, anywhere. Join the fast-growing number of students getting their full college education from anywhere they use a laptop. HCC currently offers 32 fully online degrees and will offer 71 next year. You no longer have to find a way or time to get to college. HCC brings college to you.
Meet Saskia. She loves cars. Seriously, she whistles at them. So she's studying engineering at Houston Community College. After that, a 4-year degree. Then it's off to the races. HCC, for everyone, anytime.
Well, this is the end of January, and every February coming up shortly. There's a tradition here at Houston Community College. It is the wonderful Houston Community College African American Black History Month Scholarship Gala. It is part of the fabric and fiber of HCC now after all these many years. And it is one of those events that we want to make sure everybody knows about, and therefore everybody can avail themselves of attending, because it's always a great evening. And what makes it great? One of the things that makes it great is the people in the room. It is a great cross-section of not only people who work and live and support and love HCC, but it's community-wide. And you get people in that room, and I always say this about this gala, and I mean it. You get people together in that room, if not for this gala, would have never been in the same room, and therefore have never gotten the opportunity to meet each other and to know each other. That's one of the things that gala always accomplishes. So to hear with me from HCC to talk about this year's gala is none other than our good friend Karl Mays, who is a student life coordinator at the Central Campus. Welcome, Karl.
Hey, thank you guys for having me.
Great to see you again.
Good to be seen, man. All of what we've gone through this past weekend. So
I hear you. Okay, so the gala's coming up.
Yep.
We got two outstanding young women
Yes.
to talk about this role. And actually, it's also a lot to do with women's movement and the
That's
women's thing in February and March. But tell us about this year's gala.
So this year's gala is an extension of definitely celebrating women.
Right.
Our guest, I don't know if we've already said it.
No,
but
we
I'll
haven't.
say it.
That's why I didn't say the names on purpose. I wanted you to let you do it.
So Ms. Lynn Whitfield and Ms. Robin Givens, who will be, definitely, gracing our stage and giving us a few kind words of wisdom. And I think which is definitely relevant right now, because we want to make sure that we're celebrating women across the world, but definitely African American women that particular night. And the good thing about the gala, though, is that this is also what we call a shifting time to be able to truly push the gala in a direction where people truly get the chance to have a great time.
Right.
Not that they haven't had a great time in the past, but
Right.
we're really gonna push the envelope. So when people come out, they buy the tables, they buy their seats.
Yep.
Expect to, you're gonna look good, you're gonna feel good, but you're gonna have a great time.
Right.
My motto is, if you're not going home with your feet hurting, then you didn't have a great time. So we want your feet to hurt a little bit, because we're gonna dance a little bit, have great meals and great, constituents to meet.
Yeah, and we want you to get up and work the room and work the crowd. It's one of those kind of events.
That's exactly right. I think that one of the things you mentioned, in your intro, when you talked about people getting a chance to be able to collaborate and meet a lot of different people that they probably wouldn't normally meet from a casual note.
Right.
This is definitely a great opportunity to be in a room where that people can benefit from it in so many different types of ways.
And don't be shy.
Right, and don't be shy.
And bring business cards.
And we're celebrating our students, because remember, it is a scholarship gala.
Yes.
So the benefits from most of the money that we receive, it goes towards the foundation, but we give it out in scholarships to our students. So
and that's the main thing. This
is
all about scholarships.
That's exactly it.
So give once, give twice, write the check larger than what the asking for the table.
That's
because it all goes to scholarships.
It all goes to scholarships. And if we always try to make sure people understand too, it's even though it's celebrating Black History Month, it's the HCC Black History Scholarship Gala.
Right.
but it's for everybody.
It's for everybody.
You know, I always kind of play with it, even when I talk with some of my students and say, you guys coming out.
No, it's for everybody.
And they go, well, it's black. I say, but it's for everybody. You know, so we want to make sure
it's put on by the foundation.
Put on by the foundation.
For everybody.
For everyone. And we celebrate the fact that we are going to make sure we understand that we do have a minority population here.
Yep.
That we want to make sure that we have proceeds that actually benefit.
We are a minority persons of color
background.
serving institution, and it becomes very important that people understand that.
That's exactly right.
And therefore, scholarships become very important because of the population we're trying to serve.
That's exactly it. And I think that, you know, as long as we stay out of the gray area of that and really get people to understand this is an opportunity to truly be able to celebrate, you know, with people that love to celebrate everybody and want to help push the culture forward. You know, so I think that's
I call him the father of this event, Dr. Harmon.
Yes. Yes.
Has always stressed the point that you just made.
Yes.
Not only is this for everyone, not only is it for scholarships, but it's a chance for people to get to know each other.
Yes, yes.
It's a chance to, you know, somebody said the label of it being Black History, as you said.
Right.
No, it just happens to occur in February because that's how we got it started as a Black History Month thing.
That's right.
It has really grown beyond February and Black History Month to be inclusive and holistic of the whole city.
And I'm going to tell you something that's unique. It is for all the people that are watching. What's unique particularly about this is what we call Leap Day. You know what I'm saying? This is February 29th. You know, we won't get this back for another 4 years.
Okay.
So we want to stay locked and loaded on that. Listen, plan that Saturday out. February 29th. We'll sit again, you know, maybe in 2024.
So those leap year babies, this is your event.
This is your event. Come on out, have a great time. You know, put the things you would normally do to the side.
Yep.
Be able to put yourself in a room full of people, and then we have some surprises. You know, I don't want to give them out,
Don't
but I do.
Don't give them away.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna just let you know you want to be in the room because we have some surprises that are definitely going to be a little different from the years before.
Do I look for you when I get there about these surprises?
Yeah,
okay, I'm
yeah.
just checking.
You may see something really, really nice, especially from me.
I'm just checking. And the thing that's interesting about it, because of the two wonderful speakers we have and presenters, the piece about the empowerment of Black women, these two have done a lot around this issue.
Yes.
They're very vocal. They're great spokespersons around this issue. So to bring them to the gala is really a special treat.
Mm-hmm. Well, the beautiful thing about it is that they stand strong in an industry that is male dominated.
Yep.
It definitely is not African American dominated, but definitely not African American female dominated. So they speak on the stance of just making sure people understand how to be consistent and persistent with the things that you believe in and being able to see it through and see change through.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, one of the things that they're really going to talk about is just being able to be self-empowered. And that's what everybody will get. And it coming from two African-American women is going to be powerful,
Great
especially
point.
for young African-American females.
And who's the entertainment?
The entertainment is the Mambo band.
That's why I wanted to get that out, because you know, some people...
The Mambo band. Yeah,
we come for the speaking, but we come to dance that night,
That's
too.
exactly right. And we're teetering just a little bit. We definitely are going to have a band. We're teetering a little bit, you know, on that DJ side, too.
Right.
So you just never know. My biggest thing is, listen, you don't stop dancing because you get old. You get old because you stop dancing. So we're going to make sure you get that blood flow in.
Good point.
Got to keep moving. We're going to have some good food, you know. Hope we're not going to keep you in the seats too long because the sodium will settle in your feet. We got to keep that blood flow so we're going to get you back moving again.
Okay. Saturday, February 29th, leap year, 6 p.m., Hilton America's Downtown Hotel. You can get details on the HCC website or call 713-718-5000 for additional information, or you can go to hccs.edu/Black History.
That's right. /Black History. Guys, get there. Don't hesitate. I always say, you know, like when we play dominoes, study long, study wrong.
Right.
You don't want to study too long. You want to make sure you go ahead and get what you need to be where you need to be, because I always say either you're going to be about it or you're going to hear about it. Figure it out.
And I think the important part about that is that it's one of those events, as you said, that people will be talking about. So if you're not there, you're going to wish you were there. If you've come in the years past, you know what it's all about.
That's right.
It only grows and gets better every year.
That's exactly it.
And it's one of those events that I think now is concretized into the fabric of Houston, Texas, because we've been doing it long enough that people begin to look forward to it.
That's right.
A lady told me last year, there's only a few events she goes to every year. This is one of them.
Right. And it's a great one. And here's the other thing I want to make sure. This is a caveat for those that like those specific items out there that you might not see, too often in someone's household.
Right.
We have some very exquisite things that we're going to auction off, and we want to make sure y'all are part of the auction as much as possible, because that auction is very pure. We have people that are boots on the ground right now that are meeting with certain athletes in town, certain painters, certain artists in so many different types of ways, and we're getting things from them that they haven't given or sold a lot of.
Right.
And so those individual pieces and stuff will be there, to benefit people, where they can put their money where their mouth is. And then that benefits the foundation as well.
Yeah, and the word spreads.
That's right.
And the word spreads about next year.
Yeah.
So this event coming up is the event. But let's talk about for a moment that also you have faculty, staff, students, community leaders. You have elected officials. You have a little bit of everybody in that room. And the thing that somebody said about the Gala a few years ago, for that evening, for that moment, everybody's just equal.
Just equal.
No titles.
No titles.
No, everybody's just there supporting the same cause, there for the same reason.
That's right. And you know what? And I'm glad you said that. So I am what they call the man to be able to knock the social walls to the ground. One of the things I do want to say is, listen, we're going to leave the bougie outside. That night we will be family.
Yep.
We are going to have a great time. We're going to get to know some people we didn't know before we walked in. So regardless of what you do, you make sure you show your teeth while you got them, because you might be putting them on the nightstand after a while, all right?
Karl, this is great. Okay, once again, Lynn Whitfield and Robin Gibbons, speakers for the Black History Month Scholarship Gala, Houston Community College, 6 p.m. Saturday, February 29th, Hilton Americas, Houston downtown. Be there. Come see it.
Yeah.
What I've learned from people who are consistently coming over the years now, they said all I had to do was come that first time. After that, I've been hooked ever since.
That's right.
And I keep coming because
That's
it's for a good cause. It's
That's
for a
right.
good reason, and it's a fun night.
That's right. It's a great time.
And the minority serving part of this institution, the persons of color serving part of this institution, that's the whole wave of the future of this city, of this college.
That's right.
Somebody said, well, what about I said, no, it's not an either or, it's a both and.
That's right.
It's everybody, it's a holistic and inclusive.
That's right.
We have every age range you can think about, every
That's
background
exactly right.
you can think about, from the veterans to da-da-da.
Right.
This is the place where it all happens at HCC.
That's right.
This is the future of Houston, Texas, this workforce that we're training now.
That's exactly right.
Without this educated, trained workforce that we do here so well at HCC with all the different disciplines,
That's right.
we don't have a future as a city.
I agree. And that's totally
And that's
correct.
why you must come and support this
supportive.
gala, support scholarships, be there, be part of it, make history by being with your presence.
That's right.
Karl, I can't thank you enough.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it.
See
So
you
you
guys
know,
soon.
you got all the details you need, you got all the drills, you know where to go and be part of it. We look forward to you joining us in future segments of Dialogue Houston. We want you to make sure that you understand that this is about the future. This is about the future. It is about the present, but it's also about Houston's future.
That's right.
So be there. We look forward to seeing you there. I'll be there, and we'll take it from there. Until next week, as always, we want to thank you for joining us for this week's segment of Dialogue Houston. Until then, peace, power, and love.